hope you're getting excited about our wreath party. Although this year it's going to be a little bit different because we're doing it virtual instead of in person. I still hope that you'll be able to enjoy it and get a beautiful wreath out of it. So I want to talk a little bit today about bows. Now, all wreaths don't have to have a bow, but a lot of people like bows, and there's lots of different ways to make bows. I have arthritis in my hands, so I have some issues holding that ribbon really tightly, and especially if I'm doing a large bow. So there's a couple of different products on the market that help. This is called the Bowdabra, and I make a lot of bows with this. I also use it just to hold things for me, like if I'm putting things in a wreath and I want to let it hold it. So there's a lot of good things for this, but this is called the Bowdabra. Now there are two sizes. One's a mini. This is not the mini. This is the regular size. So I know that you can find these at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and also online. So that's called the Bowdabra. Then there's one called the Easy Bow Maker, and honestly, I have not used this in years, but it's on that same concept that, you know, it holds it for you as you twist it and move it. So this one is the favorite of a lot of people. And again, you can get this at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, and online. And then for some really fancy bows, and I only use this one when I'm making a tree topper bow because you know how big tree topper bows are. But, you know, if you buy this one, you can make all kinds of different sizes. But this is the one I use for tree toppers, and it's called Pro Bow the Hand. So, then you can make bows without anything, just your hands. So, I'm going to show you one that I saw that's pretty simple. It doesn't make the most beautiful bow ever, but it is a pretty simple method, and I'm going to make one for you just to do, to put on some Christmas packages. So you want to measure out, and depending on how big you want your bow to be, you're going to measure out, and I'm going to do this one, probably, let's do 5 inches. So now let's do 4. So if we have 4-inch loops, that will make it 8 inches all the way across. So here's 8, I'm just going to twist it to keep that 8 inches. And you just fold it over on top of itself. So I'm going to try to do 3 loops on each side, and this is wired ribbon. You're going to get a much prettier bow that will stand up, and you can move it different ways with a wired ribbon. So let me make sure that's 2 loops on each side. Okay, so I believe we've got 3. 1, 2, 3 on that side, and 1, 2, I think we need one more. 3 on this side. Okay. So then you're just going to cut it. And you're going to find the center of that. So you can just fold it on top of itself to find the center. And then once you find the center, you want to just take your scissors and make a couple of very small notches. Now you don't want them, that's just something to get to catch your I'm going to use a pipe cleaner to put mine together, but you can use floral wire or pipe cleaner, but you want something just to catch that so when you start fluffing it, it doesn't move all over the place. Let me get a pipe cleaner. All right, so right where I made those notches, I'm going to place, well, I'm going to gather it up first. Gather it and pinch it together. And then right where I made those notches, I want to place that pipe cleaner just to pull it together. See how it just pulls it together? And you want it really tight, and then you want to twist your pipe cleaner really tight because you want that pinch to be tight in your bow. That's what's hard to do with a hand bow. Then just simply pull out your loops. We'll do it on this side. Well, that's a little tail. And this is a really easy bow. Having some issues with tendonitis, so I'm trying to limit my working with my hands. And then you just want to fluff it out. It's all about the fluff. There's the tail tucked underneath there as well. This is a smaller bow. Okay, so, you know, we're going to do more than one color. So we'll just get started with this color. Now I'm going to add a second color, and I'm going to do these snowmen. So make it just a little bit larger because I want it to go behind. So that was an 8-inch bow. So I'm going to make this one 10 inches across. So it'll stand behind that ho-ho bow. And then again, I'm just looping it, just making loops. Loop, 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 dee-doo. And I'm going to do 3 on each side again. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And there's 1, 2, and 3. And so I'm going to cut it. And then the next step is to find the middle. You can just fold it up to find the middle. Then once you find the middle, you're going to want to make those little notches, and just very small. You don't want them to come in too far, like maybe 1/4 inch. But you're doing that right at the middle. And then you want to take a floral wire or a pipe cleaner. And pinch it together. Because you want that pinch to be really tight. And then where you made those notches, you're going to put it together with the pipe cleaner or floral wire, whatever you've chosen to use, and then just make it really tight. And then again, you're just going to pull those little loops out. And it just takes fluffing, and once you get your whole bow together, you can fluff it a little bit more. But if you want to do a hand bow, this is an easy hand bow to do. So I'm just going to put these two together. And twist those pipe cleaners, not paper cleaners, pipe cleaners together. And if you want tails, you can add tails to them as well in this pipe cleaner. I tell you what also is really pretty, if you put like a Christmas ornament on the top of that, that's really pretty. But I'm gonna keep working on getting these loops mixed in with each other. It just takes fluffing and twisting. And also you want to, there are some ends, you know, where we started and stopped. So I'm going to dovetail those ends just by taking my floral or my ribbon and folding it in half and then cutting up like that. So when you open it up, you've got a nice little V. So we had a few of those, so I'll just go through and find, there'll be two for each ribbon that you do. And we're just cutting it just so it has a pretty edge on it. And I'm going to use this one actually for a present. I probably could have gone about 3 inches bigger instead of 2, so you can see the this snowman bow a lot better, or ribbon a lot better. That is a very simple, easy bow that you can make for your presents or for your wreath.